So Derrick Rose announces his retirement from the NBA after 15 seasons. How will I remember Derrick Rose? You know, this is a classic example of a guy who's a woulda, coulda, shoulda. Could he should have been like, kind of like when I look at Penny Hardaway. You know, it's always frustrating when guys who have great talent and they get robbed of it, and you just kind of wonder what could have been. Because, like Penny, we never got it. Grant Hill, we never got it. Bill Walton had won it, and then you see with Kawhi Leonard. And then there are guys who do win or they have another level of success, but their injuries did plague them. Derrick Rose is one of those guys. I mean, the guy had motion and movement and everything. But I think, after being pretty much becoming a mascot where he's ended up playing for a whole lot of 15 to 60 teams, you kind of lose track of him because it's kind of like, wow, the injuries got the best of a guy who was great. Funny thing, his last few years he was shooting that three ball with regularity, which he didn't really do regular except for that one, what I call that bank shot three against Cleveland and that Eastern Conference playoffs against Cleveland when LeBron went back to Cleveland and he hit that, what I call it, the George Jefferson, like that bowling, he hit that bowling ball with that bank shot because he didn't mean it, and then he kept on doing it. But his movement, his cadence, his rhythm, his sense of timing, when he came out, he was a problem. He was kind of like one to himself. He didn't ask for help, but I do believe had they had a Carmelo Anthony or somebody who could have scored with him, Joakim Noah, back when Taj Gibson and um, um, before Jimmy Butler came into fruition, and I'm not losing train of thought right now. But the other cat that was the Luol Deng, yeah. Think that it had one more piece, could have been a problem. Could have been a problem for even for the Heat at the time because he was missing it, but he never called for it. And but he was a raw figure of talent. I mean, it's kind of like a mixture of Allen Iverson and Dwayne Wade, the way he would contort his body and his movements, his cadence, his senses, his rhythm. You know, you had to see D Rose to appreciate it, that style of playing guard. It's a far cry from what you see today because nowadays you got to pick and pop 15 feet away, 25, 30 feet. But D Rose getting in the paint, contorting his body, and I put me in the frame of mind of a smaller version of an Adrian Dantley style because he predicated everything he did. You had to fade off of what he did. He could use that. There's very few players that understood the rhythm of the low post. Send a message to you, Anthony Davis. For all you cats that's scared to get in the box. LeBron, too. Scared to get in the box. This guy did it. But I will never forgive Tom Thibodeau for having him get injured in that meaningless last minute of that playoff game against the Sixers. Because it was never the same. And Thibodeau known for wrecking. Message Thibodeau, don't do it in New York. Don't do it. Don't do it. But Derrick Rose is one of those would have, should have, could have kind of guys. You just kind of wonder what might have been had he been able to stay healthy because he definitely was like a star for the Bulls and the first league MVP since Michael Jordan. He was definitely going to be one of the greatest Bulls ever. And you could still give him his due. I mean, he did get a league MVP. He was Rookie of the Year, so you can do it. But we never got the totality of him. It's kind of like Brandon Roy with Portland. Never got the totality. There are guys that got hurt. There's a difference between guys who got hurt and they never got it all the way out their system as opposed to cats that were just bumming around and took money and played half-heartedly, had glimpses, and you just wonder what it was. This guy, you really wanted to see the fullness of. So he's retiring after 15 years, and I guess, he had enough because, I mean, realistically, his body took a beating, but just want to give him his dap because he was the truth. Would have been interesting, him and John Morant, especially if he'd have been healthy, what that would have been like in Memphis. But D Rose definitely gets respect. It's just a shame we never got to see the totality of what could have been, undoubtedly. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another share the video if you like. Hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay true, stay honest, stay free, stay clear, stay cool. I'm out one time. Peace.